Alright folks, it's time for us to get back into the Blue in the Face playthrough for Xcom Chimera Squad. We're moving along in the investigation process of Sacred Coil, but before we contend with them, we have to deal with Anarchy in the city. So let's get started. Alright, it's time for us to take on an emergency Anarchy mission. These can come up in the same way the outbreak missions come up when a district reaches maximum unrest. And the longer we leave a district at maximum unrest, that's going to continue to raise the city Anarchy levels. And again, if city Anarchy reaches maximum, we lose the game, and obviously that's not good. So let's go ahead and deal with it. Our squad is really starting to come together now that Verge and Shelter have leveled up. Now that we've got Soulfire on Shelter, we can delay enemies' turns and do some insane plays on the enemies that we delay and potentially take less damage because we are pushing enemies farther and farther down in the timeline. And then Verge, he's still all about that crowd control, but we do have crowdsource now to give us additional aim and crit for every enemy that we have in the neural network. Godmother and Patchwork are going to stay the same as they've been for the past couple of missions. Got the plated vest on Godmother as well as the AP rounds, and then we've got a frag grenade for Patchwork as well as the impetuous Spire. Now let's get in there and deal with this Anarchy.
Confirmed. Armed hostiles with dangerous contraband.
Alright, so these missions, you really basically have to chase down a bunch of enemies, and it can be tricky to do early on in the game, but they're not as hard when you get more abilities. So we're going to send Godmother in first, and we'll put her in this Closely Watch door because she has a point of armor, and Closely Watch enemies deal additional damage. We're going to mitigate that. We'll give the extra aim to Shelter because his aim is trash, but I'm also going to keep him as number 2 on the list because I want to start manipulating the timeline pretty soon. Number 3 is going to be Verge, and then finally we'll put Patchwork. Unfortunately, we've got low visibility in there, but we just got to deal with it.
Ready to go.
Oh, I know what this map is as well. It's a convenience store. This is the first map that you get when you start the game with the Grey Phoenix faction. So we've got a silly amount of aggressive enemies. I wish I had Cherub on the squad. We'll start with Alpha Strike. I want to get as much damage out as possible. I'm also going to send in the... You know what? I'll save the Dazzle. We'll just take a shot. That's a pretty good shot. 83. Decent damage. I could potentially lift somebody up off the floor, but we're just going to take shots. We'll take shots at this guy that's right in front of us. There we go. Dropped him. And then for the last one, we're going to cover rush with Patchwork because she doesn't have great percentages. Wow, that's a lot of fire coming out straight away. I sort of dislike when damage is unavoidable in Chimera Squad. It gets on my nerves a little bit. I accept it as a fact of the game, but it is a bit frustrating. But what I'm going to try to do is mitigate as much pain as I possibly can with overtime. I'm going to burn a lot of assets in this first room, and we've got good shot percentages as well, so this should work out, provided I can make it happen. So here's what I want to do. I want to use Ventilate on number 2 because this is a guaranteed kill because he's got 6 health, but I don't want to use Ventilate first. My first 2 moves are going to be standard shots. So we got a flank on this Cobra. He's Crocodile Dundee. And next shot is going to be on the turret. This has a chance to kill, and it is going to kill. That overtime crit. It's beautiful. And then finally, I'm feeling like I want to just unload in this first room and not give anything a chance to do anything. So we're gonna bring Patchwork up to the top. Now we go in and we ventilate. Oof! I love blowing a whole bunch of actions straight away. It just feels so powerful to spend so many actions on the first turn. It feels like I'm overwhelming the enemies. Now this Guardian, he's not going to do anything. He's actually going to run away, so I'm not even going to try to hurt him that much. The real threats that I need to contend with are going to be number 5 and anybody else that doesn't have a number over their head. So what we can do is toss out a frag.
Frag out.
This is gonna destroy his cover. Ooh, this is so good. So we destroyed his cover, and we can take a shot, but we can also just chaining jolt because we have him at
Frying the hostile.
chaining jolt finishable territory.
Looks like it hurt.
I got the hostile.
That's a relief.
I've been thinking a bit about XCOM 2 lately as well. Anytime I play Chimera Squad, I inevitably think about XCOM 2 because Chimera Squad is a derivative of XCOM. Got in preparation with Godmother and see what I can do with Shelter. And something that I've been thinking about most is the fact that Chimera Squad feels very different from XCOM 2 narratively. I don't remember if I've talked about this before, but there is a sensation of dread and doom that exists in XCOM 2 and XCOM Enemy Unknown that doesn't exist in Chimera Squad, and I think it has to do with the fact that there's no permadeath. Because I've played a couple of different campaigns with Chimera Squad, and because my soldiers can't actually die, and there are some systems in the game that feel a bit gimmicky, it almost cheapens the tension that exists in the game. Now, failing a mission sucks because you either have to restart it, or if you're playing Iron Man, the game deletes your save so that you can never use it again, and it counts as a loss that way. But when there's no permadeath for your squad members, there is this sensation that things don't matter as much. Dang, I can't get a good scatter shot on both of these guys because Verge is in the way. I probably shouldn't have moved him there, but I didn't anticipate the hitman moving into his position. That's alright, we can still work with this. But I wonder what the main consideration was for the developers when they said we're not going to do permadeath for the squad members. Because ultimately, Chimera Squad feels like it feels like XCOM Light. I think that's probably a fair assessment of it because it doesn't have that same level of impending doom, and even the attachments that you grow to your characters is not the same. I really like all of the characters in Chimera Squad except for Zephyr, because I don't know. I don't like Zephyr that much as a character. She just kind of annoys me. Last unit through deals 3+ damage during the breach. We're gonna put Godmother in that slot, and we'll start off with Verge, followed by Shelter. Now, we did take some damage, so I guess we can use the Medipatch, and we'll use the combat scanners and Godmother. I'm lying. I want that 3+ damage to crit, so we're going to put Patchwork in the second slot and throw out the Hollow Scanner. Wait. I'm lying again. Never mind. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Anger, frustration, rage, like truly negative emotions are a part of what makes the XCOM experience a thing. If you've ever played XCOM, you have destroyed some of your own property because the game did some shenanigans and caused you to fail in some way. It's happened. I guarantee it's happened to you. It's happened to me. I've broken things because of XCOM. And it's not fun, obviously, to break your own things because of XCOM. Seal the Deal is so good, by the way. But it happens sometimes because, like, you'll run your soldier up with that 90% shot, and that'll save the day, and then they miss, and then everything snowballs out of control, and 3 missions later, you lose the game. All because of one missed shot that shouldn't have been a miss in the first place, right? And that can still kind of happen in Chimera Squad, but not really. So it's not this. It's XCOM Light because you can never have the same unadulterated rage in Chimera Squad than you have in other XCOM games. Now, number 2 is going to be a problem because number 2 is a guardian. He's going to put up a shield. So we got to get rid of him. So I'm going to try and get the hitman to kill the guardian with battle madness.
No, no, no!
Please do it. Nice. My mind to your mind, my thoughts to your thoughts. Verge is doing work for me today. And there's another number 2, but I don't have line of sight on him. So I'm just going to take a shot on maybe the hitman. Because the hitman's not trying to run. We don't have great percentages on him. But if I weaken him enough, then we can run up and smack him with Shelter, who's going pretty soon in the timeline. Didn't do enough damage.
Is a problem.
Yeah, we did not do enough damage.
That went wide.
And we can't even reach him properly anyway. Okay, let's see if we can do some finesse with Shelter. Because I really want to drive home the fact that Shelter scales really well if you can get him to this rank. So I'm gonna throw my plasma grenade, and we've got the hitman one shot, so we can actually kill the hitman if we want to, with our lethal abilities. But I can't see him from my current position, and Verge is really low down on the timeline, so he's semi-vulnerable. So I'm gonna swap with him.
Fine control.
And we have a dilemma now, right? I can either kill the hitman, or I can delay the purifier. But the thing about the purifier is he's gonna run away because of the symbol he has over his head. So let's just kill the hitman. And you know what? I'm not even gonna use Soulfire because I want to use that next turn. I'll use a hail of bullets just to guarantee that the damage goes out. But on the note of Chimera Squad not feeling like a true XCOM game in the same way a true Scotsman feels like a true Scotsman, I think they, because I've been playing Chimera Squad a lot lately, not even just for the playthrough, but just in my free time I've also been playing Chimera Squad. I think they've tried to recapture the sensation of dread by making the early game disproportionately difficult to the mid game, even more so than other XCOM games. Because there's always a reverse difficulty curve in XCOM, but in Chimera Squad, crap, the chrysalids killing civilians, and it created the sack that's going to spawn more chrysalids. The early game in Chimera Squad, because there's no permadeath, there's a lesser sense of dread, but also it feels like it's just straight up unfair sometimes, which can make it even more frustrating than normal XCOM. And let's try to finesse a little bit on this Cobra. I'm going to use Flush to make it move to a new position. I don't know where it's going to go, but it moved out of my line of sight, so that kind of stinks. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, okay, I'm going to try and finesse this. I'm going to run up to it and smack it. And then when this Cobra tries to move next turn, Godmother's going to take a shot on it.
Failed to subdue.
Because of her close combat ability.
Missed.
The distortion
Still too
field
close.
helping Shelter. Close combat. No connect. Oh, no, it did 5 damage. Not bad, not bad. And the Cobra's trying to run, so it's basically screwed itself. Because it's not even in cover anymore. And it's Verge's turn, so we're just going to go with the Battle Madness. But how do you guys, for anybody that's watching that plays Chimera Squad, how do you feel about the early game versus the late game, and how the experience is versus XCOM 2 versus XCOM Enemy Unknown versus all these different games? Because if I had to pick, I would say I prefer XCOM 2's early game, but Chimera Squad's mid to late game is really satisfying. Though I wouldn't necessarily say that I enjoy XCOM Chimera Squad's late game more. I don't know that I would say that either. And I'm gonna just use Soulfire on this chrysalid to push it down. And Patchwork can just walk up to the neonate and give it the zap.
The training paid off.
And we can just kill the other thing. Yeah, we'll kill the
Tapping the
spawner.
target.
The chrysalid
Painful.
cocoon.
I got the hostile.
And the last thing up is a chrysalid, and I should be able to just kill it automatically with Godmother. So I'm gonna walk Godmother up into a really weird position, and I'm not gonna shoot at the chrysalid. I'm gonna shoot at the commando. And then if Verge doesn't manage to kill the chrysalid, then okay, it's trying to run. But if he doesn't kill it, Godmother's close combat specialist will. So I'm not stressed about it. Okay, never mind.
I can manage.
Does that only trigger if something moves? Apparently that's how that works. I thought it would trigger on an action instead of a movement. That's unfortunate. I guess not reading got me stabbed by a chrysalid. Damn it. It's fine. We're in the last room. I did not bring a breaching charge, so I can't go through this wall. So I have to stack everybody in the main door. So I guess we'll just we'll do Verge, Godmother with the target analyzer. Actually, we'll put Patchwork first because Patchwork is a killer, and we just want to clear the room. And then we'll do Shelter with the Medipatch, and then Verge with. Oh, he has a ceasefire bomb. That would be nice, but I'm going offensive right now. Let's get this done. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Let's see what we got. Is that a? Oh, it's a bomber. I thought that was a berserker. All right, the bomber is scary. We definitely want to deal with it, but I'm gonna go for the trooper because I've got a higher percentage on it. This room is really confined, so we are gonna take a lot of damage here. Ooh, but we got such a juicy hit on the bomber. It's only got 2 health, but let's see. Let's hope that. Okay. We don't have to do any hoping here, because there's basically no way that Verge is going to kill this. It's got 2 armor. It's in full cover, so it's got an extra armor from that, and it's got 2 health. I'm just going to misclick completely. I meant to click on Levitate, and I clicked Fire. Crap. Alright, well, best laid plans of mice and men. And it's been shielded by the commando.
There's our target.
Alright, well, the bomber's number 12 on the list, so we sort of don't have to pay attention to it for a long time. But we do have to ensure now that enemies don't run away. Because when you make it to this point, the final encounter of this Anarchy mission, you now have to actually stop enemies from running away. So basically, the first 2 encounters, the more enemies that you allow to escape, the harder the final room is going to be. So now what I got to do is finesse Patchwork and probably cause her to take damage. But it's going to be worth it because we're going to do a lot of damage as well. So we're going to maneuver into this position. And then we're going to get a nice bug zapper on the 2 mechanical enemies. And then I can use stasis field on the command. No, I can't. No, I can't, because I want to do big damage right here. I'm not going to reprogram. I'm just going full bug zapper. Yeah, full bug zapper on the mech. So we can get rid of these 2 mechanical enemies.
Overloading target.
The commando's not going to shoot anybody. He's just trying to run, and so is the Guardian. But in doing so, they are walking next to Patchwork. So this position is doubly beneficial for us, because any enemy that tries to leave gets the bug zapper to the face. Now, I'm still not going to deal with the bomber just yet. What I'm going to try to do next is finesse my scatter shot. So we're going to move right here.
On the move.
And fire that widespread maximum arc. Get ready. Oh, it's not breaking through the cover. Damn, it's not breaking through the cover. Sometimes, I guess it goes over half cover, but not full cover, you see? Alright, we're learning here. We're learning about Godmother. That's fine. We've got a ventilate a bit available, so we can potentially kill this Guardian.
target
Nice.
down.
It did minimum damage, but it's still a guaranteed 6. And the Purifier doesn't know what to do with himself. He's just freaking the actual fuck out. Number 2. I don't know what to do about him. I don't have vision on him. And I don't think there's anywhere I can teleport to get vision of him. But I can potentially protect Patchwork. So here's what we'll do. We're going to teleport Patchwork. We'll just send out a Soulfire. Alright, here he comes. What are you going to do? Oh, still got hit through the distortion field, unfortunately.
They think you an appealing target.
But we can still try to get as much done as possible. Give a little battle madness, and then we'll go subdue the bomber. Imagine subdue misses somehow. That would be just horrible. Or I could misclick something, because I'm certainly not above misclicking. It happens to me way too often. Let's just make sure we do this right. Subdue.
Style is under arrest.
Alright. Alright, we got this pretty much in the bag. But I think that commando is going to escape. Because I can't get vision on it. Well, he doesn't... Yeah, that commando is going to escape. Unless I... Yeah, even if I sprint into the room, that commando is just gone. We can't stop him. But that's fine. I say that, but in before all 3 of these guys just book it to the exit and I lose the mission. Alright, look. It's time to stop fooling around. It's time to use Banish. This is a 45% chance to hit, and I roll the dice 4 times. You gotta figure this is gonna work, right? Yes. Oh. Well, that's feels bad.
Dropped my target.
All things considered, that was pretty good. We only let one guy get away, and we also only took light wounds across the board.
The mercenaries you've encountered are from the old Shrike network. City 31 paid them to provide security just after the war. After the formation of 3-1 PD, Shrike was cut loose. By then, they were more of a mercenary outfit than resistance group.
Who's in charge?
It's not that simple. Shrike operates in a loose cell structure. Each cell determines which jobs they're willing to take. Some help guard the city's food supply.
And others are muscle for seriously shady people. So what if we run into more in the field?
They should have the sense to avoid a fight with reclamation. And if they don't, standard rules of engagement.
I know you do not trust aliens,
Oh?
but you are trying to do so.
And?
It is enough for me.
Good.
That interpersonal drama. The Shrike mercenaries are legit what makes the early game in Chimera Squad incredibly frustrating, because Shrike mercenaries are objectively stronger than the faction enemies that you face up until a point. And in the early game, when you don't have any abilities, Shrike mercenaries, they come in and they surprise butt sex your face, and it doesn't feel good. Alright, but we did get a promotion on Patchwork, and she's now max rank, and she unlocks Capacitor Discharge. Patchwork sends the gremlin to a location where it emits a substantial electrical discharge, damaging and potentially stunning all nearby units. Robotic units take more damage, 1 use per mission. Patchwork can destroy the planet if she wants to. She is ridiculously strong. But now that she is maximum rank, I would like to swap her out for someone else. So potentially maybe Cherub? What's Cherub doing? Yeah, he's just sitting in the assembly. Though I say that, and yeah, I could swap Patchwork out for Cherub, and we can get some action with him. I think Cherub is decently high ranked. Shut up. Actually, yeah, Cherub is pretty high ranked right now. He's almost maximum rank. I've got a lot of really strong guys and gals on the field. So I guess it's starting to get to the point where it doesn't matter so much if I cycle people in and out, because most of my squad is just overpowered at this point. So that's pretty cool. So I could either keep bringing Patchwork and all the glorious overpoweredness that she brings and swap her out for Cherub to take a more defensive approach, or I could just continue along on the path that I'm going on. I think I want to keep Patchwork because I am going for enhanced assault rifles, and that's going to be done in a day, and she's using an assault rifle. So maybe what I could do is swap out Godmother. Even though she's very... yeah, I could swap out Godmother for Cherub. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna give Patchwork even more power than she already has by putting the reflex grip on her. So we're changing up our squad a little bit. We've lost a ton of DPS by doing this, but we're gaining utility in other ways. So this will still be interesting. And I'm gonna go for the cash right now, because I'm starting to upgrade my gear, and you need a lot of money to do that. So, wait, stop, reduce unrest. There we go.
It's no secret, cross-species food can be dangerous. So how does Burger Palace ensure the safety of its customers? Simple. Each flavor bulb contains markers keyed to the species who can consume it. Once cooked into the patty, physical contact with the inappropriate species triggers the patty's flight response. We call it our compatibility guarantee. If you can't eat it, it'll let you know. Burger Palace. New name, new safeguards, same great taste.
And there we go. That's going to do it for the episode today. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to support the channel more than you already do just by watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, you can head over to patreon.com/iBluairJgR to become a patron. As always, the name of the game is Xcom Chimera Squad. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.